Before I began planning my unit on themes and genres, I took a look at the standards and decided that what I wanted them to ultimately be able to do was to write a literary analysis essay in which they would determine the theme and analyze in detail how that theme is developed, especially in terms of how the author uses the characteristics of a genre to develop that theme. And prior to them actually writing their essay, I wanted them to create a multimedia presentation to share with their classmates as well as a larger project-based learning audience in which they would explore comparing and contrasting themes and main ideas as represented in different genres. Once I had identified the standards I intended to address with this particular project, I took a look at Bloom's taxonomy and aligned the various steps of this project to the taxonomy. I knew to begin, students needed to be able to recognize and remember themes, main ideas, and the characteristics of the different genres that we would study. Next, I knew that students would need to be able to comprehend the material that they were looking at in terms of studying genre and genre characteristics and theme, and I wanted them to be able to apply that knowledge to the creation of a presentation that they would share with their classmates. Only after the students had had a chance to engage deeply with the material in an exchange with their group mates to create their presentation were they asked to write a literary analysis essay. Not only did the students evaluate the texts that they studied in their literary analysis essays, but they also evaluated each other's and other groups' products, their presentations, through Buck Institute's Critical Friends Protocol. Our driving question for the entire unit was, how does the choice of genre relate to the author's purpose for writing? And the Prezi simply walked their students through the different purposes, the different characteristics of the genres, and how to identify a theme. Next came the entry document, which I distributed to the students. It was in the form of a letter from a textbook publisher, and it essentially asked the students to create a more meaningful, innovative way to teach themes across genres than the traditional textbook and essay. Class time was devoted to students working on their presentations in their groups. Most groups used at least 3 different Web 2.0 applications in order to create their multimedia presentations. Once the presentations were completed, they were posted onto our Edmodo page so that they could be easily presented, all from the same source, and also so that students could return to the presentations whenever they wanted in order to write their essays. This particular group chose to create a Prezi presentation where they embedded video and also broke down the elements of genre, author's purpose, and theme. Finally, students began working on their essays in Google Drive so that they could share them with their peers for peer critique and with me for feedback. The students' final essays were outstanding and revealed a depth and complexity of thought I have not seen in 9th grade writing before. A survey at the end of this unit revealed that the students felt confident when it came time to write because of the depth of engagement required to produce their presentations.